Hmm. All right. All right, guys. So, essentially, pretty simple topic today. We're going to be going over any coaching and nutrition for any of you viewers who have questions about that. Pretty fun topic. Um, Nutrition and coaching is everything if you're an athlete and how you're training. So, all I need you to do, all I need you guys to do is to hit that thumbs up. Hit a thumbs up. Let me know, right? Say, hey, I hit the thumbs up, and then I will answer your question. And I am an ISSA certified strength and conditioning coach. I studied kinesiology and human performance at the University of Pittsburgh, also at the University of Georgia. So when it comes to performance and understanding nutrition, it's kind of my wheelhouse. Vibes only. Stay good, like as far as your comments. And yeah, this is a chance to ask. Consider me like a nutritional counselor for you. Like if you're training for sports, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain, just kind of let me know what your goals are, and we can talk about how I would write you a nutrition plan if you were paying me. But since you're on the stream and you give me a thumbs up, hey, I see that. Hey, what's up? Thank you for the thumbs up. So, pretty simple. Kind of treat me like your counselor here. I've got some notes, I'll do some math, and you guys just let me know kind of what you want. Again, my resume is I've trained athletes for about 17 years. My job in the Navy was to train athletes to increase their performance. And it's pretty simple. People usually have two major issues. One, they don't understand nutrition, or two, they don't know how to train. Hey, thanks for the thumbs ups. I appreciate you. Dang, there's another thumbs up. Thank you again. I appreciate you. So, yo, hello, Atlas Corpse, Alina Miller, number one. Thank you, thank you. Saludos desde España. Hablo un poquito español porque soy un poquito porque tengo un amigo para Ecuador y es familia cocina es horchata y pupusas carnitas está muy delicioso porque musli entienden porque soy un poquito y it's más bien for me to speak more English. But thank you for the subscribe. Hey guys, awesome. Again, I'm your nutrition coach right here. You take the time to come into my channel. I will take the time to answer your questions. Atlas Corpse, Elena, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love it. All I ask is give me some thumbs ups and then ask your question down here. I've got some notes here for a couple nutrition programs. Yeah, just let me know what you're trying to do. Um, yeah, and thank you so much for the number one, number three. Yeah, I just appreciate all that. We're out here outside getting some sunlight. Fun fact, if you're training in the gym and you're not really going outside too much, getting 30 to 45 minutes of sunlight every day will actually help you recover better. It's a crazy thing, I know, but the sunlight helps with the vitamin D3, which actually helps to regulate some of your hormones, as well as the gut bacteria, the microbe in your stomach. If you walk without a shirt on, the sun will actually affect the microbacteria inside of your stomach, which is connected to the ulnar nerve, which travels to your brain. So yeah, make sure every day you get some sunlight. And this is Buddy. Buddy decided to join us. Hey, Buddy. So yeah, guys, post down below. I'm really interested in the questions that you guys have. You know, an example question is, are you like kind of like the age you are or the sports you play, the issues that you're having with performance, or what are you eating throughout a day? If you can summarize that into like a post, I will show you what to do. Thank you for the subscription. I love you guys so much for that. All my top fans. I appreciate you so much. You guys rock. Anybody that's got a number one or a number three on here, um, y'all come in all the time. So again, y'all get to post questions. Um, Ideally, instead of you having to pay for a nutrition counselor or a nutrition coach, what I'd like to do is give you some of that information for just being on my stream. I streamed earlier today and we had like 167 comments, which was absolutely amazing. And it's very simple. I'm here for you guys. Oh, buddy, don't jump up here, buddy. No, buddy. So, um, look at this guy. You see him? Look at this guy. What, buddy? Hablas muy bien español. Is that America? Yes. Uh-huh. I'm not a gangster. Or am I? Thank you. Yes, this is America. Okay, Atlas Corp. So, you can call me Coach Chris. Yeah, we're in the States. We're on the East Coast. So, I always like to know where my fans come in. We get fans from Ecuador, fans from Uruguay, fans from Ireland, the Nordic regions, Switzerland. It's always amazing. It blows my mind how many different people from different countries come into my channel. I absolutely love it because I learn from you guys, man. Okay, Atlas Corpse, what is your question? All I ask is that you keep it appropriate. Okay, nothing. If you ask questions that are kind of like, I don't want to say offensive, but just keep it somewhat under good manners because the algorithm that will affect my algorithm. And my last channel got canceled because I didn't follow that. So we're coming right back up on 3,000 subscribers, and I'd like to get it back up to 25 to 50,000 subscribers. So what is your question? Post it, post it, post it. Bizarre, yep. This is the States. If you think about the United States, kind of like a shape, bottom right, we're down near the East Coast, about here in the South. We in the sticks over here, a lot of country. So, but what's your question, Atlas Corpse? So the video's main topic, and thanks for everyone who gave me a thumbs up. My current record for thumbs up, so my short videos is like 10 to 12. I average about 8 to 9. So my PR to increase that is to get 15 thumbs ups. Every time I get more thumbs ups in my 20 to 30-minute videos, the algorithm sends more people in here. So, yeah, what's your question? I see you wanted to ask a question, Corpse. Hopefully the signal is pretty good out here. It does go in and out because of the router, but can't really do much about that. Yep, so we have Atlas Corpse, we have Bizad, Hablos muy bien español, Leticia, thank you very much for that. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Absolutely. You know, it amazes me how many streamers come on YouTube and they don't interact with the people on their channel. Like, what sense does that make? You guys take the time to come in here and, you know, it's kind of silly if I don't engage with you guys. Like, we have people that come in all the time and they will say, because they call me Coach Chris or Uncle Chris, they'll say, wow, I can't believe you actually talked with me on a live stream. Absolutely blows my mind. I can't understand I can't believe people don't engage with their fans. It blows my mind. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have the algorithm in YouTube, right? But Atlas, I'm waiting for your question. Okay. Hopefully, it's something more about athleticism or human performance or something on that aspect. But if it's not, that's fair. We do a lot of philosophy. We talk about history. We talk about mindset. We talk about goals, setting, how to write goals down, um, trying to become the best version of yourself. Those are all topics that we cover in these videos. Music theory, that's something else we talk about here. Any upcoming musicians who want to learn about music, sometimes we talk about that. But All of those topics are possible. Also, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay? If I need to, I may need to get a little closer to the router, but we should. Oh, and there's Elsa again. Miss Elsa is from Paraguay. Am I happy? America is paradise. Here in Iran, we dream of living. Yeah, believe it or not, I have been to Iran. I've been to Iran. I've been to Iraq. I was in Afghanistan for a while. I was in TK and Tarin Kowt. I know firsthand how tough it is over there. That being said, I am a patriot for my country, and I know a lot of the Iranian people get stuck in between a government who is, for lack of a better word, controlling the people, and the people just want to escape. So it's a tough situation. Hello, Miss Elsa Olson. Elsa, I remember you. Of course, I remember all my subscribers. People that come in on a regular basis, I typically remember them. And if not, then I apologize, but I typically do. But somebody asked me a question: am I happy? Yeah, of course. Although, on a philosophical note, Elsa, good to see you, my favorite Paraguay lady. Um, so, I consider myself extremely happy. That being said, I'm only happy because I've set up a lifestyle where I do the things I want to do and I eliminate distractions. But I don't believe, and thank you for the thumbs up, I don't believe happiness is necessarily the goal. I think happiness comes and goes, right? Just like being sad or being angry. I believe the ultimate goal is to seek peace, peace of mind. Because if you're at peace, you can overcome any emotion, right? My goal was to be at peace. So I strive to have peace of mind. I'm a rationalist. I'm very logical, right? Um, I think a lot. And I try to think about subjects that keep me with peace of mind. I can't stress enough how the more you learn about the world, the more you travel, you know, being peace, having your mind clear and being able to breathe and have peace of mind is so important in life. Okay. The main thing that people do in life that hurts them is they try to always be happy. I don't think anyone can always be happy. But I do think if you're always seeking peace, then in that peaceful state of mind, you will experience happiness or sadness or anger with a better palatable emotional response, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. The sun has just moved up here. You can see right here we have the sun. And when I come out on these streams, I like to absorb the sunlight because I am like Superman. The more sun that I absorb, the stronger I become. There we go. Who is this? Hello, hello, hello. I hope the signal's good over here. I am further away from the router than I normally am, but thank you for all the thumbs ups. Thank you guys. Absolutely love that everyone sends me thumbs ups. We're at 6 thumbs ups. Today we're doing a few more streams. Um, doing streams really makes me happy because I get to see all you guys coming in here and I love the questions you ask. You know, the question is easy. Are you happy? Elsa said hi. The America is paradise. Yeah, the America is paradise. But what makes America great? That's a question I like to think about. As a veteran, it was in 1776 that we made a document that we gave power to the people. The most interesting thing about the American social structure, the concept of being a constitutional republic or a democratic republic, the most beautiful thing about our document is it gives power to the people. You know, there to my knowledge, there wasn't a document given given the power to the people until the Constitution was put into action, and that was a radical idea at the time. And it's not perfect, but it's really good. the The strict opposition of the constitutional republic is Marxism and socialism. And if you read C.S. Lewis, who's a great author, C.S. Lewis actually writes it's almost better to be ruled by a tyrant who is addicted to power than it is to be ruled by someone who's a socialist or a Marxist. Because when you think about it, someone who has a someone who has a taste for power and wealth and conquering, they're eventually going to conquer enough to have their palate filled. But someone who believes in ruling through unconventional means where they're pulling the life out of everything around them, they have an insatiable appetite and it will never be filled. Now, C.S. Lewis is more articulate than I am, and he speaks with a tone that's more eclectic and less eccentric and more presbyterity in his tone, which I am not able to do. Hence, I am not C.S. Lewis, but it's a great book. And yeah, guys, let me know anyone if they have any questions. Remember, the main topic of this, and Elsa, it's good to see you. Um, I just want to make sure that with the Wi-Fi going in and out, you guys can still put comments down. Um, the main topic of this was kind of nutrition. I've noticed as I get older that most men and women do not understand nutrition. And I don't just mean like if you're weight training or you are an athlete. I mean for the average person who goes around their life and they have to work a 9 to 5 or they have a family. So many people have a lack of understanding when it comes to nutrition. And, I feel like my credentials have allowed me to understand nutrition a little bit better, especially when it comes to building the body. Um, if you look at the earlier videos on my channel, before I had my surgery, I had built my body to be pretty strong. And since I am recovering from my surgery, I am now building myself up again. And the nutrition basics that I have used, the concepts like frequent feedings, eating more often, not so much food all at once, and keeping a steady stream of food coming in, your body will get stronger, it'll get leaner. It's absolutely amazing. And another thing is when it comes to training, learning how to train efficient. I can't tell you how many times people train in the gym and all they do is go in there and they'll train 2 or 3 hours and do these long marathon sessions and they'll do all this crazy training, but their body still looks the same. If your body is not changing after 2 or 3 weeks from consistent training and dieting, then there's something wrong. You should be able to measure what you do. Like, I don't see anyone in the gym with a workout journal but me. And yet, when I start training, my body adapts very fast. And I believe that it adapts because every time I go into a training session, I have a goal. It's like, okay, if it's a deadlift, I'm going to do a deadlift with 6 to 8 reps. I'm going to control the motion. I'm going to pull with power and I'm going to get extreme ranges of motion. And let's say one week I lift 200 or 300 pounds in a deadlift. In a couple weeks, I should be doing 10 or 15 pounds more. And those little jumps in weight, they build up over time. You know, the key the key to going to the gym is to do the least amount of work possible to make progress. And then the rest of the day, you then have the energy. Because if you're just destroying your body going into the gym and just destroying it, and you're not following nutrition, like if I go in there and I know that, let's say an easy weight, like 225. Most men and most women can deadlift 225. That's pretty easy. But can they deadlift 225 for 5 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 5? and then next week work on 230, and then the next week 235. Like, are they writing down what they're doing? And then are they eating to sustain the muscle growth that's going to happen from that? Nobody is eating right. I can tell you, nobody eats right. Um, I've been coaching people for 17 years. Nobody eats right. Well, there's a very few, but I know so many people when it comes to eating, they want to go to a protein powder. But it's like if you take a jug of protein powder, and let's say the cost is between $60 to $100. That's a standard whey isolate, right? A good quality whey isolate. Well, for that same amount of money, you could get some organic chicken breast, right? And one chicken breast at about 6 to 8 ounces is 25 to 30 grams of protein. Okay. I'm 6'4", 225 pounds. Okay. At my peak, I was 290. I only eat 6 to 8 ounces of chicken at a time. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of food, but it's really not. If you portion that out and you eat throughout the day, or you throw it in wraps and you keep consistent amounts of protein in your body will grow like a weed. It works, I'm telling you. You pair it with like a carbohydrate like rice or sweet potato or even a flour wrap. You just want something that has some fiber or is easily digested. But the key is, and I'm going to stress this again, okay? Again, I'm only going to be talking on here as often as the questions that are being brought up on the chat. So the more questions that you put into the chat, okay, the more I will answer you guys' question. But on the algorithm, whenever there's silence and someone's not typing, or if I'm not talking, that dead silence of an algorithm, the dead silence affects the algorithm. So I keep talking and talking, waiting for you guys to comment. And thanks for the questions, because that's what tells the algorithm that I'm engaging. And each time I do these tracks, I get anywhere from 80 to 150 comments, peak concurrent comments. Miss Elsa was in our stream earlier. Thank you again for coming. And I'm actually going to take Elsa here and add her as a moderator. Yeah. So Elsa's now one of my moderators because she's already been to like 4 or 5 of my streams. So yeah, Elsa, I'm going to make you one of my moderators. All I ask is that when people come into the chat, if anybody says anything that's not respectful or does anything that's, you know, it's all about respect in my channel. Basic respect, talking about concepts, good vibes. We talk about a lot of stuff on the channel. And yeah, it's as simple as that. So, Atlas Corpse, thank you. So we have Atlas Corpse, Benzod, Ghoul World. Oh, Samuel, do you want to marry me? I need a green card. Oh my God, I just saw that. Well, I don't think I would ever marry someone to get them a green card. I don't think so. Riley Armad here in Italy. So Atlas Corpse is in Italy. Gold says I look like a gangster. I don't think I look like a gangster. Maybe I do. All right. Ava Lacoste. Hi, Ava. Thank you for coming back in the channel. Hope you're doing well. Do me a favor, throw me a thumbs up if you can. If you know where the thumbs up button is, that's awesome. And yeah, feel free to ask a question. We're out here. We got some sun. I'm a big fan of getting sun. Really big fan of getting sun. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for that. A real big fan. Delaney. Delaney. Okay. I don't recognize that name. I think you're a new hi. I think you're a new person coming in the chat. That's cool. Love it when new people come in. We get people from Paraguay. We got people from Italy. We got people from Great Britain, Naples, India. A couple people were near Ireland and stuff. I love to see when the guys come in. Uh, Yes, I am. Cool. Well, that's awesome. So, welcome to the channel. If you like, always do a subscribe so you can put the notifications bells when I come on. That helps me out. And if not, no worries. Uh, you're just not helping me out. Just kidding. No, but on a serious note, the main gist of this talk was I took some notes because I was training some clients at the gym earlier, and I thought, nobody really understands nutrition when it comes to lifting weights or calisthenics or athleticism, increasing what they're doing. So I wanted to come on here and kind of share some of those ideas with you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. The dragon appreciates you. All right, the dragon says, yeah. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I try to go live in the mornings. Um, Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try to go live in the mornings, and here lately, I try to go live in the evenings, only for 30 to 45 minutes. Thank you for the thumbs ups. If we get like 2 or 3 more thumbs ups, that will be my best amount of thumbs ups for a video under 35 minutes. Oh, that's fine. Listen, people come in the chat, they come in, they leave, they come in, they leave. Sometimes my internet goes in and out. At the end of the day, thank you for that. I thank you for the thumbs ups. At the end of the day, it's about the people that are here are going to get my attention, and the people that aren't, they come in, they go, but a lot of them are like gamers. They'll pop in, they'll come out. A lot of people have different schedules. We're on different time zones. Anybody that comes in, even if it's for a second, you know what I mean? it uh it means the world to me because I'm here to help with certain things that I know about for you guys. And again, if you play a sport, if you are curious about how food works, that's kind of the topic of this video. Now, if there's something else you guys want to know, I'm pretty much an open book for my people who come in to subscribe, that want to learn more about me. I've got a lot of life experience. The word I like to use is eclectic. If you don't know what eclectic means, look up that word. I've lived in other countries. I lived in Japan for a few years. I was a sports science major, right, and a business major. Um, I am selling insurance, which is great. And I train people at the gym. I'm also a poker player in tournaments. If you look up Christopher Whitehead Poker, I'm on Google. I'm on the front page of Google for doing some big tournaments. And yeah, I really like to engage with people, and I'm trying to build a little network on here. Yes, high five, thumbs ups, high five with pink hands. All right, pink hands. All righty, interesting. Well, this is your chance while there's a few less people in. What questions, at least for now, put the share back up. What questions do you guys have? We have a delivery here? Ah, that's not for me. Hi. Look at this cat. Look at this. Look at this guy. He's just chilling. What are you doing, buddy? Hi, hi, hi. Look at Buddy all stretched out. All right. Pop up through here. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, guys. Excuse me, buddy. Buddy, watch out. All right, put this here. All right. Now we're a little closer to the router. I wonder if that will make a difference. Ah, there we go. Ah, got the swing chair right here. Okay, so hi, Delaney. Hi, hi, hi. So here is the question to you guys. What questions do you have for me? Simple as that. What questions do you have for me? So, ooh, a gnat just went in my eyeball. Yeah, what questions do you guys have for me? Because that is the cutest cat I have ever seen. Oh my God, I'm up. Oh my God, I'm up. Yeah, um, they're good cats. I like them. They there's two of them. There's Buddy and there's Possum. They're over there. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Hey, Buddy. Hey, Buddy. What are you doing, bud? Hmm. And there's Possum. Possum's like 15 years old. Possum got green eyes. Yay, Possum. Yay, bro. Yeah, they're good. Whew. So, yeah, the main thing is I really like to know questions that you guys have because I can ramble on about stuff forever. Nothing. I meant obsessed. Oh, you're obsessed with the cats? Or I don't know, some of my subscribers that come in seem to be obsessed with me for some reason, which is kind of flattering. I don't see why. I'm just you know, kind of like a normal, typical guy in the South, I think. But there's certain things that I guess might be kind of unique to me. I do like to work out. I do like to train. Um, yeah, but one of my favorite things to do is train athletes. I love teaching athletes about nutrition. I love teaching people about nutrition and how to eat. Um, any person who does not understand nutrition and is training or going to the gym or just doing work like throughout their day, if they understand nutrition and they actually do, yeah, the cats are really cute. They sometimes they're a little bit annoying because they want to hop up on me and they just want to rub on me all day. They'll take their claws and just be like, they like to chew on my fingers. I don't know why. The cats love to chew on my fingers. They'll just, and I'm just like, why do you guys do this? A veterinarian once said it's because I kind of sweat a lot because I'm always eating, I'm always training. I sweat a lot. But when you sweat, sometimes cats like to lick the salt off of you. A lot of animals like to lick the salt. So I'm like their salt block. Um, but yeah, somebody asked me if I was going to shave my beard or if I was going to keep it. I think I'm going to keep it. Yeah, they are. They're, well, you got to think the cats live outside, so they have constant access to the sun. They're always on grass. There's wildlife around here, so they get to eat the squirrels and some of the stuff. Um, the cats are really good, and I know that's kind of sad. We have lots of squirrels and animals and stuff, but the cats kind of keep other predators away. Like the cats will take care of all the pests, if you will. And then we have some spiders like the banana spiders. The banana spiders are good to have because they keep a lot of mosquitoes away. Thank you for the thumbs ups, right? So the cats take care of some of the predators, the banana spiders take care of some. We have some black snakes, which eat all the poisonous snakes. So out here in the country, you know, like this, we kind of coexist with the wildlife. And coexisting with the wildlife is really cool, at least in my opinion. But on that note, I think I'm going to work my way inside. Yeah. Well, I know that's their way of showing love to me. I mean, just look at them. What you doing? What you doing, Possum? What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. You love your head scratches, don't you? He loves getting right there. He'll start licking me. He'll start licking my finger and chewing on my fingers. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. What is it? What's it? What is it? What is it, buddy? Now she is the elder. Hey, Possum. Hey, Possum. What are you doing? So we have to be a little bit more gentle to her. She's like 15, 16 years old. She still looks really good for her age, though. What are you doing, Possum? Oh, you guys need some water. Let me give them some water real quick. You want some water? You thirsty? Come here. You thirsty? There you go. Oh, I got 10 thumbs ups. Hey, thanks for that. Yeah. Looks like they're a little hungry. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. See, Possum, she drinks a lot more water and he eats a little bit more food. But I cook a lot of chicken breast. So I take the skin and the leftovers of my chicken thighs and stuff, and I usually give them a lot of raw meat. Remember, cats are carnivorous. So, yeah, you can give them food, like dry food. But for cats, you really want to give them real food. All animals that are carnivorous should have some real food from time to time. And we'll come through here. I need to cook some more chicken. That is the Blackstone. So, Delaney, the solid white one is a female. She's like 15, 16. Her name is Possum, right? Her name is Possum. You may be able to hear me better now because I'm closer to the router now. So, the solid white cat is Possum, and the other one is Buddy. That's Love Bites. Well, I tell you what, they love me a lot then because they bite me like crazy. Yeah. But you know what would be really awesome right now? Just give me 1 second. What would be really awesome right now would be some watermelon or some pineapple. These are my favorite snacks in the world. Watermelon and pineapple. Mm-hmm. Pineapple, anti-inflammatory, really good for the joints. This is a magic food when it comes to athletes, right? And since this was about nutrition, I want to teach you guys a little bit. If you don't know the secret, get you an air fryer. One of these little things of chicken have, believe it or not, have like 20, 25 grams of protein. And rice. Rice, chicken, fruit, very good. Now you might be like, well, what about vegetables? Why don't you need to eat vegetables? Well, you do. But instead of eating a lot of veggies, which I do eat, I like to snack on veggies like this, like baby spinach, in between my meals. So this is baby spinach. So anyone who wants to learn about nutrition, what you want to understand is very basic. Food is everything when it comes to training. Most people train too hard as in they do too much volume on one day, and then they don't eat enough. Take it from someone who made that mistake. What you want to do is do the minimum amount of training to get stronger, right? And then when it comes to food, I see a few people just came in. Hearts to you. I love the engagement. As an athlete or someone that works a physical job, if you're a mechanic, if you're someone who does physical movement, you're walking around and using your body, rice and chicken breast, right? With some rice. This is your candy. Pineapple, watermelon. And this is your multi-mineral. So you can snack on this. Me too. Ha ha ha, me too. Very good. So I eat baby spinach throughout the day. I graze. I eat all day. Throughout the day, I'm very physically active. If you're physically active, you should be grazing on food all day if you want your body to have muscle and to be functional. What you don't want to do, let me wash my hands. What you don't want to do is spike your blood sugar all the day. Now, you want to eat food that keeps you steady amounts of energy, and you want to go into the gym, and you want to focus on getting better at an activity. Now, I'm going to put the watermelon here. Here we go. So, the watermelon is very important, right? Watermelon and pineapple help keep your system running good, keep you hydrated. For those that care, watermelon has L-citrulline malate in it, which is a vasodilator. It pushes everything around your system through your capillaries and your bloods and your vessels. All right. Hello, Star Dolphin. Nice to see you in the chat. Shout out to Delaney. I'm guessing I'm saying it right, Delaney. Delaney's been really engaging today, which has been awesome. So the purpose of this chat was to teach you guys about nutrition, or if you're an athlete. Yo, you love watermelon? Great choice. There's something called a vasodilator. Interesting fact, if you're ever dating a guy, all right, or a girl, but if you're ever dating a guy and he has erectile dysfunction, which no man should have, I mean, that's just crazy to me. Yep. Watermelon is a vasodilator. Watermelon, pineapple, and fruit help keep the blood pumping around. And yeah, Star Dolphin, there's Delaney is here, right? So a lot of people that come into my chat, nobody in here that I know of is a creep, or if anybody says anything that's weird, I kick them out. But the people that continue to come in, I really like for you guys to kind of engage with each other, maybe subscribe to each other's channels. Just stay engaged, because you want to stay with a good community. But yeah, watermelon's great. Ooh, a hummingbird's back. I was showing them the cats earlier. There's the hummingbirds. Oh, you'll see them. They'll be back. So see, out in the country, we got hummingbirds, we got cats, we got deer. We live out here in the South, and we got, oh man, there was like 6 of them earlier. Love hummingbirds.
Oh, how about that? Oh my gosh. How about that? Is that working now? I think that fixed now. I think that fixed it. Yeah. I'm going to bet that that fixed it. I think I figured it out. Can you confirm that it's working now? Interesting. The microphone setting, for some reason in the settings, I was connected to the Bluetooth, but I'm like, why is this not working? Because that's unmuted. The biggest thing was the microphone, actually, the button on the YouTube, for some reason got turned off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's working now. It should definitely be working now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's weird because you know how you have like settings, like my Bluetooth and everything is like everything's connected, but in the side window in my bar, I guess I accidentally muted that. Hmm. Okie dokie. Well, that being said, maybe that is the reason why so many people left. Oh well, I got 10 thumbs ups. That's a good chat. Wow, it's going almost an hour. But one of the good things about these chats are this. If there's a few people in here, y'all just get all my attention. And hopefully I'm entertaining enough that that's good for you guys. Um, but yeah, I'm out in the middle of the woods, so it's a little frustrating because the Wi-Fi signal is not too strong. I have 2.5 and 5 hertz, but I've got the best internet service provided out here in the middle of the country. When I lived in San Diego, I never had these issues, but I wouldn't trade the wildlife for any of this. Yeah, for any of that. Mm. So the hummingbird is back. I know Star Dolphin was here and you were engaging. By the way, Delaney, if you don't mind me asking, I'm always curious about the age of people and also where they're from. Because some of the kids that come in here are between 8 and 10 years old. Some of them are 15 to 16. Some of them they're in their 20s. Some of them are nurses. Some are in the 30s. I'm always just I'm always curious about the age group of the people that come into my chat because sometimes I put yes for kids in my settings and then sometimes I put no it's not for kids. And every time I put no it's not for kids, I bet almost every time someone that's like 12 or 15 years old pops up in my chat. It's so funny. But I'm trying to figure out the algorithm so when I go live, I get the most amount of viewership um, in my videos. But I mean, if not, that's okay too. You don't have to put it. But I am genuinely curious. Like one of the other days, there was a girl who was a nurse because my sister's a nurse and she's in Alabama. And she told me if I'm ever driving through Alabama and I get hurt, she told me to come to her hospital. She said that she would take care of me. I was like, all right, well, that's good to know because I have a lot of friends that are nurses and I train a lot of nurses too. It's amazing to me how many nurses don't understand nutrition. Like I know so many nurses who smoke. They they're under such a stressful job. They smoke and they smoke and they take care of everybody else, but they don't take care of themselves. Mm. I love hummingbirds. We have hummingbirds 24/7. They always come in here and out. Squirrels, hummingbirds, cats, deer. Oh, okay. Sweet. So you are, yeah, so you're at, I figured you were younger because for some reason, whenever I go on stream, there's a lot of 9 to 14-year-olds who just really like engaging with me, which is cool because I have brothers, I have sisters, I'm a veteran. Um, but I'm also curious for the younger generation, right? The younger generation, you guys are the future. So I'm always trying to do my best to inspire you guys and like what do you love to do? What are your plans? Like At 9 or 10 years old, you're at that perfect age where life is so endless and there's endless possibilities. Hopefully, you enjoy your life and do everything that you can. And I really want to inspire you to never lose that energy. Because when you get older, you're going to notice this that a lot of adults, they lose their imagination, they lose their ability to create. And I really want to emphasize for you never, never to lose that. Even Einstein, Albert Einstein said, creativity and imagination is the key to having intelligence for a lifetime. He said the key to his intelligence was always being creative, always thinking from the perspective of like a child, never assuming that you know anything. And I really want to share that with as many people as I can because I'm getting older. You know, I'm almost 40. A lot of people think I'm in my 20s. I'm almost 40. So it's kind of like when you get a certain age, you really want to give back to the younger generation. And as a soldier, someone who loves America, I fought for the Constitution of the United States of America. I love everybody in my country. I love my country to death. It tears me apart on the inside to see people who don't love this country and don't respect it. Um, it's, you know, so Delaney, what do you like to do? Like, what is, oh, Ricky. Hey, Ricky, how are you? We don't lose imagination. Well, I'll tell you what, Ricky, some people do. No, you do get busy. Life gets in there, life hits you. Yeah, I mean, hey, if somebody wants to give their life to Jesus and do that, that's awesome. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. The most beautiful thing about the United States of America is that we have separation of church and state. We're able to pursue happiness. And, you know, as someone who grew up in the church, I have a lot of friends that go to church on a weekly basis. They get involved with a good community. Chris Smith, Hyge no Lipo. Don't know what that means, but thanks for the channel. If you pop in, give me a thumbs ups. I really would like to get 15 to 20 thumbs ups as possible. Just a personal goal. He's telling the truth now. Stop. I'm trying to support his channel, not being mean to this channel. Oh, well, I don't think anyone's being mean, but thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah, if anyone I want you to express yourselves. If somebody's gonna be saying stuff that's inappropriate, that's fine. I'll block you. You know, I don't care if you subscribe or not. But, you know, I am a genuine human being that comes in here. That's anime, it'll change your life. Okay. Well, you know, you can draw inspiration from a lot of things, you know. So I used to watch the Dragon Ball Z. I think the anime Dragon Ball Z with like the character Goku. I kind of see myself kind of like Goku. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's fine. Like again, remember, don't be too harsh to judge. Also, it's one of those things where you guys should be engaging with each other. Y'all guys need to do your best to associate yourself with people and things that make your life better and all that. Um, this says, baby. Yeah, you do you, man. You're not, trust me, you're not going to offend me. You know, I'm a veteran. I fought in war. You know, I've been divorced. I've started businesses. I have very thick skin. But I also want to talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, the purpose of this chat today, just so you guys know, was to talk about sports, performance, and nutrition and how to eat and train to have better performance in the gym and in life. Um, yeah, so again, this says as meds. Yeah, welcome to the channel. All I ask is that any comments, we have a variety of age groups that come in and out. Keep it somewhat responsible, you know what I mean? Try to have a little bit of mutual respect for each other. But yeah, feel free to post anything you want. And yeah, the main thing The main thing of my channel is this. I do different videos on different subjects. We talk about music theory, we talk about books, we talk about how to build ourselves. Thank you for the thumbs ups. That's 12. 15 will be a personal record best for me for some of these chats. Um, and yeah, I'm someone who wants to, my favorite thing to do is to go outside on the road, go on road bikes, and ride scooters to the park. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Well, I tell you what, Delaney, the more you can be outside in the sun, go to the park, ride scooters, that is amazing. Do that as often as you can. That is awesome. My favorite thing is now I am looking at. All right, well, I'm happy that hopefully it's the watermelon. Um, you know, if you get inspiration from looking at me, that's cool. Um, I try to stay in shape, try to be a good role model. Just if you have any questions about nutrition and training, I am a certified coach. It's one of the ways I make money. I come on these tracks and try to help. Just on a note, watermelon and pineapple are your best friends when it comes to snacks. And I am not going to judge someone if they have an Iranian flag or a Palestinian flag or anything like that. Oh, it's a boxing anime? Okay, okay. Hey, I used to do some boxing. Boxing's great, right? Boxing is amazing, right? So you think boxing, you throw hooks, you throw jabs, you throw counters, you're moving your torso, it's kinetic strength, it's plyometric. Boxing is awesome. Boxing, jiu-jitsu, BJJ, judo, Krav Maga, um, all those are great. So let me ask you this, Chris Smith. So you do the boxing. How often are you doing boxing now? Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, the guy that came in, the one with Lord. Yeah, that's fine. But we do have a variety of audiences in here. Just keep the chat somewhat kind of appropriate. Um, and if not, I'll boot you out of the chat. I don't care if you subscribe or not. But my channel is family friendly. Yes, sometimes we get on some sensitive and political subjects, but the intent is to have an engaging conversation where we spread information. You know what I mean? And all that. So yeah, I've heard of that boxing anime needs to stop. Atlee, you're live. Like I'm sick. I don't mean to get out of live because it's making you sick and driving crazy and then get out. All right. So AZ Meds, you're in timeout for 24 hours. All right, there you go. Yeah, so Delaney's in here. She's been chatting with me for half an hour. And actually, since you were creeping her out, Delaney, I put him in timeout, and I'm going to act you as a moderator. That's fair. Cool. So, Delaney, yeah, so since you like to be family friendly, and I feel like you don't like for people to be rude, you're one of my moderators now. I don't care if someone's 8 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. If I identify that someone's going to help me keep the channel from creeps coming in, you'll be a moderator. So, good on you. I'm Togum and 3% German. Well, I'll tell you what, Tongan, I'm German and Anglo-Saxon, Scandinavian, and yeah, I have Viking heritage too. So you and me may have came from a same tribe back in the day. It says, Riley Armand, hey, do y'all spirits know why I exist? I don't know, man. Sometimes I think all of you exist as an extension of what's on the inside of me. I once read a philosopher that said, I exist because you exist. I think you said you're sad. Well, Riley, this is a good spot. We have a lot of people that come in here and talk about different things. So, if anyone's rude or doing anything that doesn't encourage you, right, we'll boot them out. So if you need a chance to come into a chat and have a safe place to kind of express yourselves, um, yeah, feel free to do that. But I would say this, if you're sad or if you're happy, just remember this, guys. Emotions are going to come and go in life, right? My personal opinion is to not seek happiness or sadness, but to seek peace of mind. Get to a point in your life where no matter what happens, you can accept what's in front of you and you can be peaceful in your mind. It's not easy to do, it takes breathing. Be peaceful in your mind, accept things as though they are, and then keep moving forward. Excuse me. That's my advice to you, Riley. Get peace of mind. Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. It's not easy, but don't try to be happy 24/7. In my humble opinion, that's not how life works. I love being happy. I love my animals. I love going to the gym. I love my family. That makes me happy. But there's other things in the life that when they come up, I'm not happy. Now, happy, sad, anger, envy, all these emotions, they all go away if you can just be. Yeah, Delaney, I'll finish this thought and I'll explain to you how to be a moderator, and you'll appreciate that. Um, so, being peaceful at mind is just having your mind calm. So, when happiness comes or when anger comes, if you live in the world, sometimes you're going to be angry, sometimes you're going to be sad. That's just part of living. So I've experienced speaking on things and imagining and see things connected that happens to the creator. Yeah, man. Feeling close to a creator, a source of energy, and using that is a great way. That's kind of how I live my life too, man. If I'm telling you the truth, I try to see myself as a representative of something larger than myself. I have a conceptual construct of reality where I try to be the smartest, strongest, most encouraging person that I am in my life, like a quantum experiment where you have protons, electrons, and neurons. I'm more like a proton. All right. Well, Lord, that is awesome. We are going to put that there. Boom. Cool. There you go. Very good, Lord. Thank you for exposing yourself as a creep. You are now reported. Your channel is reported to YouTube because I am administrator on YouTube, and as of 12 years, yeah, so you're gone. Now, again, guys, I'm very fair, but if you're going to have a name that's, sexually explicit or you're going to say things that are not good in my channel, look, I'm all about anyone expressing themselves, but I will not handle creeps that come in. And I promise you, if we were face to face in real life, you wouldn't talk to me like that. Do not mistake. Okay, well, there you go. That's fine. Just remember that no matter what you do, being a butthole is not going to get you anywhere in life. The only reason that people act like that is because they don't love themselves, right? So, you know, yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like I have a lot of, empathy for people who act like that because at the end of the day, people that say a lot of those things have usually come from situations where they never experienced, I had a 15-year-old mother. So I grew up homeless. I lived outside for a while. Oh, Buki, see you another time. Thanks, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delights. The old saying. Thanks for stopping in. Big peace on your day. Delaney, back to your original question, being a moderator is very simple. You have the power that if you see a comment that you don't think is appropriate, and I don't mean something that like hurts someone's feelings necessarily. If someone's saying what they truly think, but if someone's being like really disgusting or weird, how people are like that sometimes, then you have the ability to touch the name on the screen and you can put them in timeout, or you can basically report them. And what that does is that prevents the creeps from coming into my live stream, because I don't like creeps coming into the live stream. I report them to YouTube because at the end of the day, if you guys haven't figured this out by now, the world is going to be better. Like your reality will be better when you get people like that out of your life, for better or for worse. That doesn't mean that you're delusional to where you can't talk about things, but where we come from in the South, mutual respect goes a long way. And I try to keep that into this channel. Eddie Spaghetti, Villicata Vuki, thank you for coming in. September 9th, 2020, the Bay Area, California was on those answers seen on TV. Yeah, I was actually in California. You're welcome, Delaney. I was in California in 2020. So I used to live in California. So for sure. Yeah, but I hope that makes sense. Just help me, because some comments may come in, and if someone's like saying something that's not right, I don't want them in my channel. I do not care. Yeah, it's probably better, but here's the thing. I have engaged with Delaney enough to think that you got to think some of the viewers on my channel are younger and some of them are older. But I think Delaney is responsible enough. Let me keep the banning, but I'll put him in timeout. But the guy earlier had like a vulgar and belligerent name as their title. They're one of those people that come in and just spam and they just troll. And after putting him in timeout 2 times, give him a warning, I decided to boot him. It's just simple as that, you know. And since Delaney was getting creeped out, I decided to make her a moderator, that if she sees someone acting like that again, that's what she should do. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I try not to, but man, this is like baseball. 3 strikes, you're out. I mean, I gave 3 strikes and it's just, if you're a moderator, you know how it is in the channels. Look, I'm a veteran. I'm a brother. I'm a sister. I love my country. A lot of younger kids come into my chat to get inspiration, and the last thing I want is them to come here and have a creep come in and say stuff. I'll see you in a little bit. I can't believe we've been going on 73 minutes. Wow. I was supposed to get some work done. Hummingbirds are back. My favorite firearm? Well, when I was serving, probably a 50 cal or a 240 mounted on the back of a SOCR with 2 twin turbo diesel engines going 40 knots, traveling 360 degrees with pin stop precision. So probably 50 cals or 240s. But if not, probably just like a semi-automatic or a fully automatic rifle. I think a handgun's pretty good. But I like 50 cals. Yeah, of course. Look, it's just common sense, guys. Look, I'm a very simple man, right? Very simple man. If people do things and I ask them to stop, and then they don't, yeah. But what's always funny is these same people, every time I've ever done that, I always think to myself, if I was face to face with this person, would they act the same? Because, like, I'm a veteran and I'm someone who stays in shape. I train almost every day. I've never met a strong man who acts that way. It's always a little punk. And this is when I served. These are some of the things I won from serving. So, all these medals, these are the people I went to Afghanistan with, right? You know, I have all of these, right? My ID cards, my plaque from 2010 to 2015. I got a coin given to me from a SEAL when I was LS3 Whitehead, right? So I've been around vicious, savage, like men who were bred to take the lives of other people and protect. Hey, what's up, Riley? And being around men like that, the one thing that I know, no man who is strong or loving or a protector, no one acts that way. It's always a little punk that acts that way. So that being said, I feel like I'm very kind and very fair. And hello, Riley. Yeah. Hey, Patricia, good to see you again. Let's see. 25 subscribers. I can't just go in there right there. But yeah, actually, you know what? Delaney, do me a favor, right? Yeah, so that's fine. So yeah, I'm about 6'4", 225 pounds. Before my surgery, I was 280. So I'm starting to build again. I'm more of an athlete, but yeah, 6'4", 225. Decently lean, but not crazy. Delaney, I will subscribe to your channel. All I need you to do is while I'm on stream, go into some of my other videos and say, hey, I subscribe to your channel. Just go on a couple of my videos and comment. And then when I go to my back office, I'll see your comments. That'll let me be able to click on your profile and I will subscribe to your channel. Absolutely. 100%. Riley Armand, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's kind of what I do, guys, because that helps me out and it helps you out. So essentially, Delaney and anybody else, just go into a lot of my videos. Villy, okay, cool. You go into my videos, some of my recent shorts or videos, and just comment, hey, we were on live stream and loved your stuff. Do that, and you know, I will see those comments and I'll remember your name and I will subscribe back to your channel. Because when I'm on stream, I don't know enough about technology just to like go in during this. So this is my family name, Villy. Well, that's awesome. Carry your family and honor them in everything that you do. That is the way of the warrior. Cool tattoos. Thank you. I do like my tattoos. I got them from my travels back when I was in the military. We all got tattoos together when we were doing stuff. So. Mm-hmm. Yep, I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So now, the key to this video, the main subject. Oh, Banshee, thank you. Yeah, I kind of see myself as a dragon. This one kind of wraps around. It's the story of the Dragon Gate. When I lived in Japan for 3 years, so you see how the yellow koi fish. Yeah, I'll share videos. Any video that I share, what I'll do is I'll share it as a post. I get more views on Instagram, which is America United 1776, than YouTube, but of course I'll share some. Here's the thing. If you have a channel and I can help you by doing a subscribe and doing some comments from time to time, I will do my best. Now, In my back office, I do have like thousands of comments that I have to go through. Probably now like 400 or 500, but I will get to every one of them, and I will. Will it be right now? Probably not. Hopefully by the end of the week, but I will definitely do that. Banshee, thank you. I am right now. I am about 27, 2,800. I had more subscribers. Okay, cool. Chris Bridges, yes sir, yes sir. Republicans are here. Okay. Well, I mean, still, I mean, if you're like if you're like 6 foot 215 and you're solid, that's a great weight. It really depends on your BMI. But oh, I appreciate that. Well, there was a time when I wasn't as consistent on my YouTubes. Thanks guys for the thumbs ups at the 12, by the way. I try to be nice the best I can. Um, the hummingbird is fighting a wasp. The hummingbird and the red wasp are literally fighting each other over who gets to eat the sugar. That is crazy. If you sting my hummingbird and you kill my hummingbird, I am not going to like you, Mr. Red Wasp, because I love my hummingbirds. Um, yeah. No, I didn't do a lot of live for a while. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, look, I want all you guys to succeed. I would rather go live and stream and talk to you guys than to go out at a bar or something. Chris Bridges. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna drink this watermelon juice real quick. So this is watermelon. The purpose of this stream was to teach about nutrition and how to eat. Ooh, mm, I love watermelon. Mm. Easy, easy, Delaney. That one's okay. Listen, Delaney, that's okay. He's saying ooh because of the watermelon, because he don't like watermelon. That's all right. That's not creepy. Um, but the purpose of this, well, if you have any type of disease where you don't want to spread, watermelon has L-citrulline malate, which is vasodilator. That helps put that. Okay, cool. So here's the thing. When it comes to sports and when it comes to nutrition, okay, I had surgery a few years ago, and I went from 290 pounds as a big, strong dude, and I dropped down to 225, 230. I actually dropped down to 190 after my surgery. So, um, let's see here. So, essentially, here's the thing. When it comes to, if you're doing security and you're doing anything that requires physical activity, the key to building the body, and I'm going to teach you the secret, okay? So, yep, I have a young moderator in here, so sometimes she's a little over anxious with, sometimes she gets a little crazy, but I'm supporting her because she supported my channel, so bear with me, guys. So, but this is the secret right here. Okay, rice and chicken. I know it sounds crazy, but eating a piece of a chicken breast, um, yeah, I could probably be a gamer, but I have a piano over there. So the only game that I play is Texas Hold'em. If you go to Google and you Google my name, Christopher Whitehead Poker, I pop up on Google. I like poker tournaments. Um, something I like to do. It's a competitive sport. So, but for all my guys who like to train, a rice maker and eating one of these pieces of chicken thighs right here, right? One of these with rice, and I know it's going to sound crazy, but you need to take your body. I'm going to get to your question, Brandon, because that's a great question. You take your body weight So if you're 200 pounds, you divide that by 6, right? You get that number. You make sure you get 5 to 6 portions of protein spread throughout the day, mixed with a complex carbohydrate, and in between what you eat, water and snack on fruit and baby spinach. That will get you in such good shape. For example, one egg has about 6 grams of protein. 6, 12, 18, 24. A snack could be 4 eggs. A snack could be a chicken breast. A snack could be a scoop of whey isolate. You want to get the protein spread out in smaller portions throughout the day. That is the key with your complex carbohydrates. And then once you have that, get you some juice. Well, you don't have to eat eggs, but eggs have acetylcholine in it, and they're very good to build mass. You know, it is what it is. Now, apple juice. Take some sugar and make sure around your training you put the sugar in. Now, Brandon Kinder came in here. Brandon, I don't recognize your chat name, but welcome to the chat. What are your thoughts on the economical state of the United States with Trump in office? Well, my opinions on that are pretty strong. And I bet, in that Delaney, I bet that you are strong by doing that too. Never met someone who ate a lot of eggs who wasn't strong if they did physical activity. Brandon, you know, it's kind of like this, man. I believe that the policies that are set forth by Trump are awesome. Quick fact. Why did income tax get put into action in the first place? If you look at history, we used to charge tariffs for so many imported goods. Then that went away. So in order for the United States to stop being taken advantage of by other countries, having a tariff is a one. Yes, in the beginning, some of the prices on certain products may skyrocket, but you know what that means? That means there are products coming outside of the United States. Now, with the tariffs enforced, the tariffs are going to make up for the loss of income from income tax. So I am a very big proponent of the tariffs. I have made straight A's in every grade. Good. Stay smart, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you make straight A's, stay smart, but don't just be a smart pencil neck. Don't just be someone that's smart but not strong. Do both. Like, get strong in the gym, learning how to train to be better, get smart, and then use that work ethic in every part of your life. For example, before my surgery, I knew I could do a 600-pound deadlift, right? So if I'm going to do a 600-pound deadlift, and let's say now I want to train at 400 pounds deadlifts, I might do 400 for 5 or 6 controlled reps. The next week, 405. The next week, 410. Don't do as much work. Some people go to the gym and they just beat themselves to death, right? But what you want to do is take a notebook and write down what you do and get better. Like, instead of doing, some people go to the gym and they're like, I can do 40, 50, 60, 70 pull-ups. Well, that's great. That's awesome. But I'd rather see someone do 10 pull-ups. Yes, exactly, Brandon. So I'd rather see someone do 10 pull-ups with 50 pounds strapped to their waist, right? You want to be large, especially for men. You want to be thick. You want to be thick. You want to be strong. You want to be flexible. And you also want to learn how to train for progression, right? Training to get better in the gym is no different than any aspect of your life. If you're not going to the gym and writing down, like, I've got X weight. Let's say I can shoulder press a barbell with, 100 pounds on it. And I don't just mean like, I mean, learn how to retract and learn how to actually push. Once you do that, put more weight on the bar. Doing that and learning how to eat, staying hydrated, then you can train more often, make progress, and not beat your body to death. You got to train smart and efficient. You don't go into the gym to kill yourself. You go into gym to beat your last workout. And if you're eating properly, guys, right? Oh, you're 6'3", like 280? That's a big boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet you down with the thickness, baby. Okay, well, you know what? I got to say, this was kind of one of the reasons why I started today's talk, right? Shayna, you're 36? Okay, cool. So we got some new people coming in. Um, so if you're 6'3" and you're 280 and you help losing weight, okay, give me a thumbs up. Please give me a subscription if you can. This is one of the things I love to talk about. I love training athletes. I love training soldiers. You don't have time to go to the gym. You're balancing your family, work, and everyday life. Okay, so here's the thing. If you have a notepad, this is what I would do. Okay, I would try to figure out your body fat percentage, right? Got my pad here. Okay. So if you're 280, try to figure out your body fat percentage. Maybe it's 20, 30%. So you multiply 280 times 30%. You're going to get a number. I would say 220 to 230. The best way. Oh, well, that's what's up. Shayna, you got to restrict. Okay, cool. Shayna, thank you for the chat coming in. Some comments are coming in here, so I'll try to go as fast and efficient as possible. But I get really excited when people want to lose weight because I know how to do it. I've trained over 600 people in my life. I love doing this. Okay. First thing first, fruit does not make you fat. Okay. Remove liquid calories. Okay. From now on, you drink water. If you want diet soda, you said, wait a minute. You say I am almost over 5 foot and I don't know my weight right now. Yeah, but I'm definitely over 200. Wow. If you're 200 pounds and you're 5 foot tall and you're 9 years old, you most likely, I'm guessing that you're probably overweight. That's some interesting dimensions. Either that or you're pulling my chain. But that being said, this will apply for you too. So you want to take your body weight and figure out your body fat percentage, right? You want to eat what is called your LBM. That is your lean body mass. Okay. For example, if you're 100 pounds and you're 20% body fat, you multiply 100 times 0.20, that's 20 pounds of fat and 80 pounds of fat-free mass. You take your lean body mass, okay, and then that number is the amount of protein you want to eat. This is the part, like for Brandon here, you have a family and you have all this stuff going on. If you're physically active, the first thing you want to do, because you don't really have to go to the gym, you should go to the gym and make it a priority, 3 days a week, full body. If that's not possible, then you need to start with going to a park and start doing push-ups and pull-ups and bodyweight squats. And all you do is every time you train, you warm up, write down what you can do, and as the weeks go by, you figure out that you're getting stronger. You're doing more push-ups, you're doing more pull-ups, even if it's just hanging from the bar. Get warmed up and hang from the bar for 10 seconds, okay? You need to, in the future, be hanging on the bar more than 10 seconds. It's not about how much work you do. It's about making your body get better at an activity and then feeding it the protein so it starts becoming metabolically efficient. So, fruit does not make you fat. Do not believe that. Now, watermelon, pineapple, blueberries, these are great. Okay, so here's the thing. If you have body issues and you think going out in the public is going to make you feel insecure, you need to understand that It's going to be a little bit difficult at first just getting used to training. But anybody who's a trainer like myself or anybody who has ever made progress in the gym, none of those people are going to make fun of you. The only people that would ever judge you for trying to be better for yourself are people that hate themselves. So if you find someone that says something to you that's not positive as you're training, just know you should feel sorry for them because they hate themselves. So there's not a single man or woman that I know who's actually, hey, Riley, welcome back. There's not a single man or woman that I know who would ever discourage anyone from becoming better than themselves. You just have to do it, right? If you have to, put on some headphones, block everybody else out, getting to your zone, go to a park where there's no one but don't let a self-imposed limitation be the reason. Because if you let someone else's opinion dictate your activity, then they have control over you and you are a slave to them. Don't be a slave to other people, guys. Do not do that, okay? You're better than that, okay? And, you know, if you need encouragement, come into my chat and I will fill up your vessel with encouragement. There's nothing better in your life than starting to take care of your physical body. And when you take care of your physical body, everything else just falls into place. That also involves, you know, drinking water. Now, I know I'm kind of going on a tangent, a little ADHD, but when it comes to nutrition, most people just need to start eating better. Oh, my biceps aren't that good, man. I got like 17, 18-inch arms. Arms are a weak point for me. I'm more of a back and legs guy, but I appreciate the support, man. I'm building myself back up after surgery, but at the end of the day, you know, it's one of those things where it's not about me flexing my bicep. It's about me sharing with you guys what it takes, you know, to become the best versions of yourself. And also, yeah, man, I try to have a wide taper, and I'm more of a power athlete. I'm more of an athlete, but I appreciate the compliments. Now, that being said, for the guys in here like Brandon and Shayna and Delaney, what you want to do is this. Your liquid calories need to go away, okay? Water is great. And when it comes to sodas, I'm not a big fan of drinking sodas, but if you're going to drink them, get Diet Coke or Diet Sprite. Start getting diet, okay? I'll show you, right? Now, the reason is it has 0 calories. Why does Vikram sign? What did he do? What message did he do? Okay. Like something like this, right? So, you see this? Let me put this right here. All right, look at this. Yeah, so that's good. So you're on the right path. So this has 0 calories, right? Yes, there's some chemicals in here. I'm not saying that's good for you, but having 0 calories is going to be better than having a BMI to where you're overweight. It's just, it is what it is, right? Now, when it comes to snacks, pineapple, blueberry, and this is going to be your best friend, Fage Greek yogurt, right? Very clean. 3/4 of a cup have 18 grams of protein. But you might say, well, man, it doesn't have any flavor. You would be correct, but I'm going to show you a hack. If it's in the budget, guys, if it's in the budget, you get an Isopure. Now, an Isopure is 25 grams of protein per serving. Now, you don't need this, but it does help. But let's say you just get the yogurt. This yogurt is a little bit higher of a price point, but you take this and then you take something like this, which is a sugar-free syrup. Thin caramel, 0 calories, right? The biggest thing, what does this say? I'm a funny girl to me because nobody else thinks I'm funny. Well, it's kind of like this. I don't know how funny you are, but you're entertaining for me. So here we go. I'm just trying to keep up with the comments. And when I get going on nutrition, I get kind of going. But there's some people in here. Hopefully give me a thumbs up if you have it, because that helps me out. Greek yogurt, blueberries, and then adding flavor that doesn't. Team Adam Sandler. You know, someone said I looked like Adam Sandler the other day, which I thought was kind of funny. Adam Sandler's coming out with a new movie too, Happy Gilmore 2. I'm so excited about that. When it comes to snacks, okay, let me show you something, guys. Zero. Thank you, Brandon. Oh, I appreciate that. When it comes to snacks, okay, zero sugar Jello. One of these will make a big pot of Jello, and it's only got 10 times 4, which is 40 calories. The thing that sets people back on the diet is this, okay? And also chicken breast. One of these chicken breasts have about 20 to 22 grams of protein. That and white rice is great. So, when it comes to your diet, you need to take your body weight, multiply it times your body fat, and that's going to give you your lean body mass. Your lean body mass is going to have a number. Okay, you want frequent portions of protein. Okay, 15 to 20 grams of protein, right? 20 to 25 if you're a larger male, up to 30 to 35 if you have a lot of muscle. But typically 20 is a sweet spot. 6 times a day. I know that sounds like a lot. So you're going to get your body fat percentage from either doing a caliber test or measuring, or you can go Google and Google a body mass index. It's called a BMI. If you have a pen and paper, write this down. It's your BMI. Your body mass index is going to be a guess based on your height and your weight, what your body fat is. It's going to tell you your LBM, which is your lean body mass. Your lean body mass is how you want to calculate your protein. Okay. When you have muscle on your body, you want to do frequent feedings of protein 5 to 6 times a day. 5 is probably good enough, but 6 is perfect. Anything over that, you start getting into the laws of diminishing return. Yes, it will make a difference, but the amount of difference it will make. Yeah, so yeah, the Jello is great, but you want to make sure it's sugar-free Jello. The hack is to make the sugar-free Jello because it only has like 40 calories for a tub, and you mix it with a Greek yogurt like this, okay, that has low calories. So you put a cup of this, which would be about 20 grams of protein, and then you make a whole thing of Jello, like an entire batch using one of these. I do this for my clients, and I serve it to them. That will be 40 calories, and you can make a big old bowl that's literally 190 calories, and you can eat it until you throw up if you wanted to, and you will not. If you ever smile and think you are handsome, you are already handsome no matter what you think you are because God made you the way you need to be. Ah, well, there you go. You know, Riley, that's good. And yeah, your body image should not dictate the opinion. Dang, sir. Dang, dang. Your body image should not be what makes or breaks you. But I will say this. If you look into the mirror and you see a body that you like and you think looks good, it will have a positive effect on your attitude. Because you got to think, a good body represents training, it represents food, it represents nutrition, it represents health. So there's nothing wrong with, treating your body in that way. Snaps on Petro. Hey, brother, hope you're doing well. We were just going over some nutrition for some of the people in the chat. And yeah, having a good day. How about yourself? Hope you're doing good, Petro. So Snaps has been in my channel before. So we're one of the main things too is I'll show you something right here, guys. This is something that's good, right? If you can, these are organic chickens, right? So if you get like the Springer Mountain Farms, they have 8 chicken breasts in here, right? Each one is portioned out, and each one of these have 26 grams of protein. So One bag of this is like $10, right? But that is 8 meals because each one is a meal. So if you were to get a bunch of chicken breasts portioned out and then you cook them in an air fryer like I do, you don't have to use an air fryer, but you use the air fryer, right? One of these, right? You got about 25 grams of protein and a cup of rice. White rice and chicken will actually get you leaner than you think. Well, typically, if you have a migraine, if you drink a lot of caffeine and or Coca-Cola or anything with caffeine, you may be having a caffeine fix, which a little bit of caffeine will fix that. A lot of water, drink a lot of water. Add some pink salt into your water, and if that doesn't help, try not to stare at the phone. Try not, even if we're on chat, maybe get off of the chat and go into a quiet place and just kind of relax for a bit. That kind of helps. All those things help. But with migraines, if you're focusing on a phone or you're on technology too much, that can kind of drain you. Like me, I'm on the computer a lot because of my work, and I have to make sure I stay hydrated and eat, or, I can kind of get those too. But, you know, get you some good. People at my school think they're ugly, but I told them that they're not because God made you the way you are. I think God knows what He's doing, so I'm a good person and a funny person. Yeah, Riley, you need to be that person. Always be the light. That doesn't help a review. Eat shit, sleep, pray. All right, I'm going to let Reluctant Gamer, I'm going to let that one fine. So, yeah, eat, poop, sleep, pray. Okay, I find that funny. Okay, this is supposed to, we do have the moderators and stuff, but I think that's kind of funny. Okay, yeah. Uh, I mean, if you eat and then you poop, but you do got to train. You got to put some training in there. If you eat a bunch and you don't train, you might turn into a fluff ball. We don't want to turn into a fluff ball. I used to be a fluff ball. Don't turn into one of them, but that's okay. But yeah, drink the water, Delaney. Um, Now, I know it sounds silly. I'm from the South, but if you just get these chickens, right? This is a great one. The Springer Mountain. It's organic, right? There's no rib meat. Spend money on good protein. Trust me on this. Go to a butcher, hunt if you have to. Don't use rib meat. If you have to pick between a protein powder and real food, trust me, eat real food. Get you a bag of this, get you an air fryer. Literally, you don't even have to thaw this. It is amazing. You don't have to even thaw the protein. You can take one of these, which are creatine's not bad. I have it, but I find I eat a lot of meat, right? I have creatine monohydrate. It's great. I take creatine for my brain. I think a lot. I'm on the computer a lot. Creatine is very good for brain and phosphate energy, but every pound of meat that you eat gives you 5 to 6 grams of creatine. So I try to get about 15 grams of creatine a day through real food, and if not, I'll supplement that in there. Yeah, it's a good creatine. What message is this? Yeah. So I'm going to show this one. He says he gets a stiff back from sitting on his butt all day. That's not going to offend me too much because I drink a lot of water. I'm trying to make those hit late, but I think it might be weird. Yes, I definitely drink a lot of water for us. I try not to make those hit lot. I don't know what the hit lot is, but I think well, yeah, so Riley, you want to be the light at all times. But make sure that you're also not just always giving the light, you're also around other people that are giving you the light back. Because life is like energy. If you're always giving positive energy, but you're never getting positive energy back, you're going to deplete yourself. So the key is to have enough energy. Like I like to go out into the sun. It's like the cartoon Superman. You absorb the sunlight, you touch nature, you eat good food, you train, You fill yourself up, and then certain people that need the energy, you allow it to give to them. But people that suck your energy dry, like a energy vampire, you don't want to be around those people. They will destroy you. Riley, I'm sure your grandfather would be proud of you. I promise you this, that I'm sure he would be proud of you. You sound like a great one. If I train my bad, will stiff my back go? No, listen, if you sit on your butt all day, getting over here, what you need is you need a desk. I'll show you my office in here. You need a standing desk, okay? Right? So, right here, this is my desk right here. So what I have is I have a standing desk, which I built, and I have this where I can make it go up and down, right? So for me, I have my studio interface. I've got my screens and everything set up. I've got like a 4-monitor system that I built. Yes, sir. 1776. 1776, baby. So this is a tea-stained flag representing the 13 original colonies, and it's my favorite flag. So, yeah, Reluctant Gamer. What I recommend is this. 2 things. One, let me log back in here real quick. 5, 6, all right. So, get you a standing desk. That's Lee Haney. Whew, look at that chest. Boy! But he's an 8-time Mr. Olympia. So, standing desk, right? Oh, yeah, water's key, and put some salt in it too. So you want a standing desk to where you can kind of have stuff like this. This is like a foot massager, right? Stuff that you can kind of... Oh, you're very welcome, Riley. That's what I try to do. But if you're going to have a desk, right, and you're going to sit, get you one of these. It's called a Tri-Deer. It's a Tri-Deer yoga ball seat. It's called a Tri-Deer. What you want to do is you want to put this down and sit on this, because when you sit on this yoga ball, yeah, it's great. When you sit on it, what you do is instead of leaning forward, it forces you to pull it up, and it forces you to kind of keep good. So then even when you're typing and stuff, you want a Tri-Deer when you sit. You can stretch all day. So the ideal setup is a standing desk with a Tri-Deer that allow you to basically have for those out. But on that note, it looks like I have a client calling in. I've got to go to a meeting here at 8:30, and it's 8:29. I love all you guys. It's been 113 minutes. All good things must come to an end. At the end of the day, do not forget to do your best. Love all you guys. I will see you next time. I have to go to a meeting in 1 minute. Love you guys. Stay good.